I should have
So I
just said
felt 13
people.
years a slave. Or
I was
What?
actually thinking of leaving with that.
You saw what?
After this conversation, going from slavery to slave movies.
Slave movies.
Like Django.
I feel like
13 Years
Jerry.
a
I
Slave.
feel like Jerry would be in a slave movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Coon, so
Okay, listen. Just because I have the tendencies doesn't mean I am.
I don't know, bro. Your tendencies be pretty frequent.
Okay, listen. The whole Wingstop situation, that was a one-time thing. Okay.
It's not only happened at Wingstop though.
Okay, give me some other examples.
Watermelon and cotton candy.
Okay, listen. It's delicious.
That your parents themselves said, you know who would like this? Our son.
And you know who did like it? Their son.
Yeah.
Did your brother get watermelon cotton candy?
This is post Ramos here. His brother did in fact not get any cotton candy. I wonder why.
Oh, hush.
Something's cooking here.
It just happened to be good, man.
You smell that?
I can't help that it tasted good, okay? That's not my fault.
Somebody failed you, bro.
I know.
Anyways,
back at it again with another episode from Dramatic Integrity. With me today, we got Ramos.
Yes.
I hate you. I actually hate you. All right, we got the man, the myth, the legend, CM Breezy.
Where was my intro?
So, what do y'all consider as...
Did we ever say we were going to talk about movies?
I'm pretty sure I said we're talking about movies. If I didn't, we're talking about movies today. Anyways, what do y'all consider as like a good movie? I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Good movie.
Any like non-horror movie for the past 5 years.
That's valid. There honestly hasn't been a good scary movie in a while.
You know what? I actually want to Google horror movies that came out in the past couple of years.
While you're doing that,
they just dropped another trailer for the new Scream movie. This makes the 6th Scream movie that they've made.
Okay, I was about to say that. I was like, bro, ain't they? I was like, haven't there been a few?
Okay, actually, Hereditary came out 5 years ago. 2018.
Hereditary was trash. I hated that movie.
Bro,
that movie was boring.
Hereditary?
What is that?
It's not really horror. It's more of like a
psychological thriller.
Something like that. I heard Midsummer.
What's the premise? What's the premise of the movie?
Bro, I don't know. I just know I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
It's more like...
I just remember some girl getting her head
because it's not like jump scare scary.
Jump scares are bullshit.
That's why Jeremiah hated Smile. Or not Jeremiah.
No, listen.
Oh,
listen.
Jeremiah and one of our other friends.
Smile was... Honestly, the only reason I hated Smile, was terrified, was because it was a jump scare. And
Nope is considered horror. Nope was really good.
Nope was really good. It got hated on a lot by a lot of people, but it was actually really good.
Is that the one by Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
He's supposedly pretty good at making horror movies, bro.
He's only made 3.
But
made 3.
But from what I've heard, I've never seen them personally, but from what I've heard, they do numbers.
Get Out is really good.
I actually remember was not as good as Get Out, or
which one was?
Versa. Either Us or Get Out was not as good as the other. I can't remember what.
I'm pretty sure it was Us, but maybe I'm wrong. But I remember reading somewhere that the ending for Nope. Ramos, you've seen Nope, Ramos. I mean,
I have.
Nope.
Yes.
Get Out, right? You've seen Get Out, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, so y'all know the premise of Get Out, right?
Yes.
So basically, the end of the movie, we see the main character, he kills his girlfriend. And also, if you guys consider this as a spoiler, you guys are a couple years late, so don't be hating on me for talking about the movie. Y'all have had your time to see it. Anyways.
Fair.
So basically, the movie ends with him killing, his girlfriend because she tried to, murder him.
Dude, I was going to watch that today.
Cops ended up showing up. And it was actually in the original ending, his friend shows up, but the deleted scene that they were originally going to have was the cops show up and they take him to jail. He gets charged for murdering a bunch of people. But Jordan Peele said that would have been a little too realistic. So he changed it to where his friend shows up in a cop car and saves him. since all of this is I'm like, the whole premise of the movie was really good, and it had a interesting plot twist to it. It really did.
Wait. I want to point something out real quick.
Okay.
So I searched up this movie called As Above, So Below.
That movie is garbage. Nah, that movie is actually trash. That movie's actually trash. I
Really?
hated every aspect of that movie.
That's because you got scared, huh?
No, it was just boring.
So
You want to know where I watched it? I watched it on Tubi. Okay, that's how bad it is.
Wait. I actually enjoyed this movie. It was pretty fun.
Really?
Yeah. So
In a good way or a bad way?
No, in a good way. I enjoyed it. So I went to the reviews, right? And let me count this. 1, 2, 3. The first 5 is the same review by different people. So it's like a whole paragraph talking about how this movie is underrated and about how they don't understand why it's terrible reviews, but it's like copy and paste the same 5 stars by like 5 different people. Yeah, it's
I got that mixed up with a different movie. No, this movie was actually pretty good. I got it mixed up with something else.
What'd you get it mixed up with? Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. What'd you get it mixed up with?
There was another movie with a similar title, and it was about these, hiker women, and they decided to go exploring into this abandoned cave, and there was like a bunch of mutant cannibals that was just murking them off one by one.
Well, speaking of hiking, have you seen The Ritual?
No,
fuck,
I have not. I know you've been telling me. Ramos has been recommending this movie to me for quite a while now, but I still haven't seen it. Bruh,
it's good.
I'm just not on Netflix like that anymore. Netflix just doesn't do it for me anymore. I'm sorry.
Fair play.
Netflix is actually trash. It's actually been getting on my nerves, so I'm not really on Netflix. I'm like, I'll watch movies on HBO, Hulu. I'll even go to Paramount. I'll even pay for Paramount Plus before I go to Netflix, in all honesty.
Wow. Yeah, no, yeah.
It's because Netflix nerfed their selection too, bro. Every decent movie, every decent movie, if you look up the streaming services it was on, more than likely it was on Netflix at some point, but then Netflix was like, nah, we got to make room for our garbage originals.
So they pulled a Pornhub.
If you get what he's saying, then you know.
If you know, bro. So they pulled a Pornhub.
So with my girlfriend, on our first date, we decided to go see The Invitation.
Yeah, isn't that one's recent, isn't it?
It came out back in August. I want to say.
That sounds about
yeah. I want to come out back in August.
Is that the wedding one?
Yes, that movie was that. Turns out,
where she gets invited to some dinner and then they force her to marry somebody.
So honestly, let me explain what happens. So basically, here's what's going on. All right,
she marries her cousin.
No, that's not what
Jerry
happens.
Went to go watch it.
No. So what happens is this girl, she decides to take a DNA test because she doesn't know.
Jerry, wait.
This was actually kind of recent.
Wait.
I legit spoiler alerts on this one, bro.
Let me get an audio clip of Bright saying she got with her cousin.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Once it quiets down, go ahead, Bright.
She married her cousin.
All right, continue your story, Jerry.
Okay. She didn't know where her mother's anything about her parents, background history or anything like that. So she decides to take a DNA test, and the DNA test shows that she has a cousin. So
she married her cousin.
The movie started off. Hold on, listen. The movie started off with a black woman running through a house, and she was pregnant. Okay. She was pregnant.
Did the baby die? She fell on her stomach and the baby died?
No, that's not what happened. I wish that's all she did, but she decided to be extra.
Whoa.
Because
it's a horror movie.
That's scary.
No, see, this is how she killed herself. The
baby died either way, bro.
No,
I was on the right track.
Listen, Ramos, listen. She got the string from a piano, okay? Wrapped it around her neck.
Okay.
And jumped off the top ledge.
Okay.
The balcony. And hung herself.
cut her head off, bro. You know how thin.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, those things.
It didn't snap.
No, it didn't snap. She just stood there dangling, but somehow still gave birth to the baby.
Did it just fall out?
That's some on God.
I don't know. They never clarified it. They just never clarified what happened. Also, it turns out she was a slave, like an actual slave. So, you know.
Wait.
Yeah, they never really clarified it. And, you know, it was like, oh, you're the missing piece to the ritual. You know, if I marry you and you join, you know, our throuple, then, you know, I'll become immortal. You'll be a vampire and you'll have to be, you know, my sex slave for the rest of your life.
That sounds
she wasn't with that.
Stupid.
So she just kind of just.
Why not just marry her for real?
I would like to point out that this movie is rated PG-13. Any horror movie that's rated PG-13 more than likely is not good.
That is actually true. I can agree. I agree.
If it's not rated R, I'm skipping that movie.
Hold on, bro. Wait. So we got themes of incest, sex. I'm not gonna say trafficking. That's a bit much, but you know, like sex slaving, and this is PG-13.
Yeah.
You tell me I can take. Is there anybody? I can take my 13-year-old second cousin to see this movie, and that's the play.
You can see a hanging baby.
Okay, I feel like that's fine. Out of context, that's a terrible clip. But
that very much is terrible. A terrible clip out of context. That's a terrible clip. No, okay.
I'm talking about this.
Flipping bright?
No, not for this. Not for this episode. Not right now.
So Ramos, I decided to look up, you know, just some horror movies and, you know, see what they're about. And there's one that I completely forgot about that is just absolutely disturbing.
Yeah.
Tusk.
Never seen it.
Oh, buddy, it is weird. So this guy basically goes to this, you know, he's paid to go to this disabled guy's house and interview him for a radio show that he's doing. But the guy he's interviewing has a weird obsession with walruses.
Okay.
And he ends up poisoning the interviewer. And when the interviewer wakes up, both of his legs are gone.
Did they get replaced by the husks?
I wish, but the guy ended up amputating all of his limbs and reconstructing him into a walrus.
Is that like partially a comedy though?
Wait, what'd you say? What was wrong with the guy?
The guy said he was disabled, but then it's a horror comedy, right? But the guy said he was disabled, and then later on ended up walking, and he was like, "Hey, you can walk," and the guy was like, "Yeah, I can, but you can't because I took your legs." So,
that's funny.
Oh, it very much was. It very much was. But instead of putting him out of his misery at the end when he was a full-blown walrus, his girlfriend and best friend ended up putting him in a zoo and went to visit him.
What?
Yeah. This is so dumb. It is so stupid.
What?
It's so stupid. I was just like, nah. I was like, if that was me, put me out of my misery. Put me. And you want to know what they do? They had a giant fish and threw it at him and said, "All right, it's time to eat." And I was like, "Nah,
wait,
that's
so was he wearing clothes in the zoo?"
No, they turned him into like a giant walrus.
What'd you say? It's called Tusk?
Tusk.
Yeah.
Tusk.
Let me look at some pictures. Holy mother of God.
Yeah.
This movie looks so under budget, but the budget was $3 million. Like, that's crazy, bro.
And it's crazy because it came out in 2014.
Oh God! Like, some of these screenshots look like they were taken in like 1996.
I genuinely thought that this movie was older. I didn't realize that it was 2014.
It looks like it. It looks like it.
Also,
like it looks
Johnny Depp was in the movie too for some odd reason. Pretty sure he was in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Johnny Depp was in the movie for some odd reason.
What the fuck is this, bro?
Yeah, the movie was. Whew.
Yeah,
something else.
It looks not good.
Oh, it very much isn't.
Wait, so Jerry, have you seen? You know, gotta throw a classic out there. Have you seen The Conjuring?
Okay, listen.
New shit.
You haven't. You're too scared, aren't you?
I don't mess with demonic movies. It just isn't me. It just isn't me.
You want
bro.
Okay, hold
bro.
on.
Okay, look.
One of the ones that feel like if they watch a horror movie, like if they watch like a demonic movie, then the spirit of the ghost is going to come to your house. Are you one of those?
No, that's no.
Oh yeah, I know where you were going with that, bro.
No, it's just I know that's where you were going with it. It's just that's just not me.
We went.
That's just the type of horror movie I'm not. I'm more into like the psychological thrillers or the slasher type of movies. You know, the Paranormal Activity. I just never got into it. You know, I'm like a good slasher movie. I'll like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason, Friday the 13th, all that. You know, I'm more into that. You know,
you don't like the demonic stuff.
It's just not for me. I think I've seen maybe like a couple, but it just wasn't for me.
Bro thinks he's gonna get possessed.
That's just not the case.
Yeah,
it's just not for me.
We went to go watch the new Conjuring movie at Bright's house, and our friend kept saying that she didn't want to watch it because she was scared that she was gonna get possessed.
Let me tell you, bro. You know how petty a demonic spirit gotta be, because the Conjuring's like based on a true story. I say based very loosely, but how old are those events, bro? Like, give or take 100 years or so. You know how petty a demon has to be to wait for a movie to be made about said events before it wants to cause fuckery.
You're not wrong.
It wants to get popular first. It wants the fame.
No, it's waiting for the clout. Maybe
it becomes more powerful with, you know,
so I got a movie
Chainsaw
for y'all.
Man type stuff.
I got a movie for y'all. So I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago. I had seen this movie on HBO, and I was like, you know what? I've seen clips of it on TikTok. I've heard about it for a while. It's been on my watch list. You know, maybe I'll give it a look at. It had Paul Bettany in it. You know, he's a pretty good actor. He's the guy who played Vision in the Avenger movies.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, this can't be so bad. Got to be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Ramos, it's worse than Terrifier. It is worse than Terrifier.
There's no way. Terrifier.
No. Terrifier 2 was garbage. The first one, hilarious. Second one, garbage. Booty cheeks and dog water, garbage. Okay. But now back to this movie, Legion. The title is Legion. So the movie starts off with this guy falling from the sky. Okay, he lands in an alley. He cuts his wings off. And I'm like, okay, he's an angel. I'm following that, you know. Looks like he was on a mission. Some dude he goes to this, you know, building, gathers a lot of guns and weapons. And then he runs into 2 police officers. Yeah. One of the police officers get possessed. I'm like, okay, so there's a demon or there's Satan involved, and he's the villain, and there's an angel going to stop him. You think that would be the case? No, that's just not the case. Turns out the whole premise of the movie was God gave up on the world.
Okay.
God gave up on the world. Bro, no, God gave up on the world, and all of humanity had been possessed by angels. And there was a little diner that had about 6 to 7 people inside, and they had to defend off against an army of possessed people possessed by angels. And everybody except 2 people died. But the crazy thing is, one of the waitress who was working there, she was pregnant, and she was told by one of the only good angel left, saying, "Oh yeah, you have to give birth to this kid, because if you do, the world resets. If that baby dies, all of humanity dies, and just God gives up in the world." I'm like,
so Jesus too.
I was like, so that's basically what I was thinking. And I was like, this movie
Jesus
is garbage.
The sequel.
It had Tyrese Gibson in the movie. So I felt so bad. I felt so bad for him.
That's funny as hell.
The movie was trash. The movie was trash. This woman, she was like, "Oh, my husband is dead. Maybe if we give the evil angels, the baby, then they'll go away." So she's out there holding the baby. Woman gets shot in the head. Dude does a dolphin dive for the baby and almost gets his head bashed in by another angel. The movie was just terrible.
It sounds awful. Very. See, that's the thing about horror movies, and more so like nowadays. The writing is so terrible. Like the things that they do in a movie,
it's always sloppy.
Like some of it is for, for just so the movie continues or like for the plot to continue.
Right.
But like the choices, I'm trying to see like a realistic horror movie, like where the choices that people make are choices that people would actually make.
You want to have a horror movie if that's the case, bro? Because imagine the three of us, for some reason, we're dumb enough to walk into a haunted house. Maybe it's for content, maybe it's not, but it's probably for content. So we walk into a house and, we're like, yeah, this thing ain't haunted. There's no way. And then we see a book fly across the room.
You walk out.
Minds.
Nah, you walk out.
Literally just walk out. Are we all together in the same room, or are we all kind of like separate?
We do not split up. We are not splitting up. We are not splitting up.
No, but I mean like you were saying. Are we all like within arm's reach of each other? Or are we kind of?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Look, you said realistic decisions. That is a realistic decision. We're not splitting up.
Yeah.
We're not walking one behind the other. We're walking right next to each other. Because if we're standing behind each other,
one right behind the other,
person in the back is getting taken.
Bro. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Why don't they ever think of let's stand side by side and not in front of each other?
The funny thing is, like, they get taken somehow. Nothing like no sound comes out of their mouth.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't try some other they don't try some other form to like alert their other members, like,
or try to fight back.
Yeah, like just elbow him in the stomach or something. Bro, but no, like
they literally just get snatched up and then they're gone.
Jerry with his long legs, he could just kick the back of Bright.
That's what I'm saying.
Bright would turn around. Bright would turn around and just see Jerry getting kidnapped.
He'd be like, "Hey, yo, Jerry, yo."
And then if I see Jerry,
look, Jerry's sorry, bro, but we gotta go.
No offense, because I would do the same. I'd do the same. I'd be outside and I'd be like, "Dang, they really got Bright."
I'm gonna be like,
but now imagine we had to like some other people like, "We gotta go back," and I'm like,
"Hell no,
y'all can. Y'all can go back. I'm gonna go home."
We'll hit you with the. Don't worry, Jerry. We'll come back. We'll save you.
Nah, he ain't gonna get that. We gonna be gone, bro.
Imagine like that.
I'll go back. I'll go back the next morning, like in the day.
Hold on. Listen. Imagine that actually happens, and then whatever or whoever took you, they're like, "I'm gonna get you and your friends." I'm like, "No, you're not." I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, and they're like, "Oh, your friends are gonna come." Like, no, they're not. I was like, "What do you mean they're not?" I'm like, "Because I want to have either. I want to have to come back." So it's just you, and I'm like, yeah, it's just me.
Something else I just thought of, the like everyone else other than the person who's saying like all of the scary stuff, everyone else is like ignorant, bro. They just like with the amount of, because most of them are like in modern times, so with the amount of like horror movies and other stuff that's coming out, you'd expect them to be, more cautious, smarter. But no, they're all like,
be dumb for you.
Yeah, like most of them are like, stupid. you must be insane if you're seeing ghosts or something. Like even the cops and stuff.
Because they get snatched. They get snatched by a ghost.
Cops be getting bodied, bro.
Right. Nah, cops get. Bro, it's so funny because cops are like, they'll be talking to the victim. And they'll be like, "There's no such thing. He's dead. She's dead. Nothing's happening." They're like, "Oh, right behind you." And then they get, murked.
Yeah.
And they'll be reaching for their gun and they'll be fumbling it. And then, boom, they're gone.
Karma.
Nah,
there's no way, bro. There's no way.
As I was looking up the list of horror movies, there's one that I saw. The whole premise of it could have been good, but it's so stupid.
You talking about that new FNAF? Oh, me talking about
that? I'm talking about the movie It Follows.
It Follows?
It Follows is a movie about a demon.
Stalker.
No, a demon.
2014.
That's a sex parasite.
Okay.
So basically so somebody had sex with this one girl at the beginning of the movie.
I think I have heard of this.
Yeah, and
it's like an STD that carries every time you have sex, you pass it on to the next person.
Yes, you have to pass it on to the next person in order to live, and that person who catches it dies. They end up seeing the same thing.
Is that the one with the pool scene?
So it's basically like
the girl gets launched in the pool. She gets launched in the pool.
Wait, what?
So in the movie, they were trying to help this girl, and they were for some reason they were hiding out inside of an indoor pool, and this girl gets snatched up in the air and thrown in the pool. And for some reason, I'm pretty sure they tried electrocuting the pool while she was in it.
It sounds like Smile. It sounds like it has the same premise as Smile.
But the thing was, everybody could see her getting lifted and stuff like that. So, like, if she was getting lifted, they could see her being lifted. If she was getting dragged, they could see her being dragged and stuff like that. And it was just completely stupid. It was dumb.
See, bro, I would have been in a whole new state.
I mean, you still would have. It still would have followed.
Nah, because look, it's got that girl, so I'm safe.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, as long as you pass it on to somebody, which isn't too hard.
Wait. So all you have to do is have sex?
Yes.
Just pass it on to Bright.
But nah. The worst part about it was okay, hear me out. This is not even hear me out, because I don't even know what the director was thinking with this one. In the movie It Follows, the director had step siblings.
Okay.
And the stepbro was like, his stepsister got it, and he was like, I can take it from you.
This sounds like a fantasy, bro.
Yeah,
the movie
really.
was so bad. The movie was horrible.
This is like a Jerry hypothetical.
Nah. Okay, yeah, it actually is like a Jerry hypothetical.
Bro's at the meeting with the screenwriters, like, okay, so what if there's a sex virus and it kills you, but the only way to get rid of the virus is if you have sex with somebody else. And they're like, bro, what the fuck are you on, bro? Are you horny?
But the thing is, so the thing, like the little demon that was in the movie It Follows, it either takes the form of somebody you know or a stranger. So it could be one of your friends, and you wouldn't realize it until you're about to get murked.
Dang. Wait, so when it comes to
kill you,
it's literally
it can just straight up murder you.
Yeah. Yeah, because like at the beginning of the movie, there was a girl, like she was running down the street like half naked, and it cut to a scene in the beach, and her foot was missing, all her bones were broken, and her leg, like one of her legs were missing.
That's OP.
See, that's not even a virus at that point. That's just a demon, bro.
Yeah, but it was only passed on through sex, which was the craziest thing.
If they could just murk people anyways, then why even bother with the sex gimmick?
Bro, he was horny.
I was like,
literally, bro.
I was just like, okay. I was like, my logic,
Bro can't clap cheeks himself, so he got to get other people.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying.
Now, you want to know a franchise of movies that got sloppy after a while?
Girls Gone Wild.
No, Bright.
The silence.
No. No. I was gonna say the Saw movies.
Oh my, dude! I was Spiral.
I never saw it.
Have been made.
I never saw it. I only wanted to see it because Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. That was it. But then I heard that Samuel L. Jackson got like murked at the end of the movie, so I was like, no thanks.
Saw.
Like they set him up in a trap, and he had an empty gun, and his arms were pulled up, and it was like, drop your weapon, and he said, I can't. And then they said, open fire, and then killed him, and that's how the movie ended. I was like, wow.
So I like to believe that us, like the boys plus the two others, like if we were ever put in a horror movie situation, we come out of that, with like minimum, like maximum, like 2 deaths. I don't know about Saw though. After we did that escape room,
with Saw, there's always a way out.
Oh yeah, there definitely is. There's always a way out. I mean, because I want to say there's 6 movies? I want to say in 4 or 5? There was like, I want to say there was about 6 people, and they didn't realize that they had to work together until the end of the movie, and where there was just 2 people, the final level.
Is that the one with the shotgun?
No. That was Jigsaw. You're thinking of Jigsaw.
So there was one where he literally said the key, like these shells, these shotgun shells are your key to escape.
Bro, that movie made me mad.
And so this dude tries to. No, I think the girl tries to shoot the dude,
but it ends up backfiring.
Yeah, it backfired. Yeah.
And basically, the shotgun that exploded
had the keys in it.
The key for his lock to his leg in it, but the key was broken and he couldn't use it.
Yeah.
And so he just died.
What the hell?
Yeah, Saw movies. I mean, I went on this was like 2-3 years ago. I decided to binge watch all the Saw movies. The first one is my favorite one personally because I didn't know the plot twist. I didn't know what to expect. And I was like, whoa, that was crazy.
There's so many
that
good
was actually
ones.
Good.
And then
there are a couple of good ones. And then there's some where it just kind of falls off.
9 in total.
There's 9?
It goes from Saw to Saw 7 to Jigsaw to Spiral.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember binging all of them to go watch Jigsaw and then Spiral.
I binge watched all of them, and then I watched a movie review on Spiral, which basically showed the whole movie. But, you know, it was pretty decent. Speaking of horror movies and dragged out franchise, the dragged out franchise, let's talk about Final Destination for a minute.
I think I was Fast and Furious, but all right.
Yeah,
okay, before we get into that, yes, Fast and Furious need to end. Why?
Aren't they going to space next?
Movies.
Are they going to space?
They already went to space.
They went to space.
They already went to space. They already went to space.
Bro.
Cars in space, bro.
Bro.
They literally had a car
Paul Walker would be so disappointed.
They literally had a car attached to a homemade rocket, launched it into space, and shot a missile at a satellite, and then drove the car down back into Earth without no casualties. It was Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris, and I was like, dang. It was like, dang.
Here we go.
Who would have thought? He was like 2 kids from the hood in space. It was like, man, that's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, it is crazy. Why are you up here? Like, actually, why?
Paul Walker looking down like, what the hell are you guys doing to my movie, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Because
how do you go from drag racing and avoiding the cops to going to space?
If they don't put their asses in damn NASCAR or something, bro,
that's what I'm saying.
No, and they in the wrong business. They're making two more movies. They're saying Fast X is supposed to be the final one, but from what I've heard, is it going to be a part 1 and a part 2? I was like, so this is 11 movies. Is that 10? It's 11. Ask for this movie to be dragged out, bro. Or this
bro, I don't know. I really don't.
I think
they're bringing back characters who died.
It's good up until like Fast 5.
They brought back, and then they did the spinoff. Well, actually, including the spinoff, that'll be 12. Hobbs and Shaw. It was like Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. You know, what? Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham.
I saw a Fast and Furious spinoff. I forgot what it's called.
It was Hobbs and Shaw. They also have a TV show on Netflix.
Like a
animated TV show on Netflix.
It wasn't a Hobbs and Shaw. It was like a comedy spinoff.
Yeah, they have an animated show on Netflix.
Like a parody.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, I know.
Super fast.
I've seen that.
No way it's called Super.
Yeah, it's actually it's pretty funny. It's so dumb.
It's a parody movie, right?
Bro uses piss as piss to speed up his car.
This movie did so bad. This movie did terrible.
I'm pretty sure I watched it on Netflix.
That's the point.
No, but like, even if it's a parody, bro, like they don't got a shit on it.
4.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
Come on, bro.
It's so funny, dude.
You said what was it called again, Ramos?
Super Fast. It came out in 2015.
2015?
Yeah.
Ain't no way. Oh yeah, we got the main character, Vin Soretto.
Stop playing with him, bro.
They got Detective Rock. Oh my god.
Bro, speaking of parodies, what's your favorite parody movie?
I'm gonna be real with you. It's got to be a tie between Scary Movie 2 and Superhero Movie.
Superhero Movie? What's that?
Superhero Movie is literally a parody of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Except he gets the power, instead of getting the powers of a spider, he gets the powers of a dragonfly.
Yeah.
And
oh, I've seen this.
It's so funny.
I've seen this.
It's so funny. One of my favorite scenes was his uncle accidentally shot him with a nail gun, and he caught it. And his uncle was like, "How'd you do that?" And he was like, "Oh, it's not that easy." And his friend, which was Kevin Hart, was just standing there, and his uncle gets the nail gun and just shoots him in the hand multiple times. He was like, "Huh, you made it look easier."
The scary movies are good. I was gonna go with A Haunted House.
Yeah, same.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But
I come back to clips of Haunted House like every couple months, bro.
But no, Scary Movie 2 has got to be my favorite.
Marlon Wayans, dude, he's so funny.
Oh, dude, he's hilarious. Nah, there was a movie he did on Netflix. There's 2 movies he did on Netflix. One was called Naked. It was basically he was reliving the same day, which was his wedding day. He wakes up naked in an elevator at a hotel on his wedding day and doesn't have a memory of anything that happened, and goes on this huge, journey to figure out what happened and stuff like that. And then the second one, which is actually hilarious, is Sextuplets, where he plays 6 different people in the movie.
I need to watch that.
And in the movie, so apparently he was like separated from his brothers and sisters at birth. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because one of the characters in the movie is a really light-skinned version of him that almost looks white but has red curly hair.
Yep, I see it.
And he he gave his backstory. That junk was so funny. It was hilarious. That movie actually surprised me with how funny it was. Marlon Wayne is one of the funniest Wayne brothers. I stand by that statement. I will die on that hill.
Oh yeah, dude. Those 2, A Haunted House 1 and A Haunted House 2, have to be up there for my favorite movies.
That's valid. Okay, so besides horror movies, because we've been talking about horror movies for 40 minutes now.
Well, we've kind of included talking about comedy horror as well.
Yeah. So let's get into action. Would y'all have a guilty pleasure action movie that y'all just, for some reason it was pretty trashy, but you enjoy watching it just because you get, pleasure out of it?
Sharknado.
Oh my God.
Only the first 2.
Dude, they dragged that out so badly.
Wait, is that even action? Is that even considered action?
Yes.
It's horror. It's horror sci-fi.
Is it?
No way.
Yeah, it is.
No way. That's action comedy. That's action comedy.
So I know for definitely those last 3 movies, bro, because they made 5, right?
They made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh yeah, there were 7. There were 7.
Really called, oh hell no.
Nah, it was funny because I remember they announced the last one. They was like, we're making a new Sharknado movie, and I was like, again? And then the title was Sharknado. What was it called? Oh God,
it's called The Last Sharknado. Oh. It's About Time.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And I was like, no way they did that,
dude.
No, but this I watched this when I was younger. I don't know what it is about the movie, bro.
Dude, no, I'm telling y'all, Jeremiah, I don't know if you ever did this or not, but dude, Shark Week on Sci-Fi.
Oh, dude, no.
Fucking crazy, dude. It used to go crazy.
No, dude, no. So, do you remember back in 2016 when they released the new Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Nope.
Sharknado did. You don't remember that? Well, anyways, it may have been 2015, 2016, but Sharknado did a parody title to that. And
The Fourth Awakens.
The Fourth Awakens. I was just like, but no, the Sharknado, the last one, It's About Time. Me and my brother watched that, and it picked up right where the other one ended. And basically the entire planet was destroyed. And the main character was just like, my family's dead. I'm all alone. And then his son comes back and he's 70. And he's like, Dad, there's a way to bring everybody back. We're not all dead. We're just.
They should have stopped at 3, I think.
They did. It's weird.
They dragged it out.
Because they dragged it like Fast and Furious, but they knew their movies were bad. But they knew their movies were bad.
But the funnious thing was
during the movie,
they released one out each year, 2013, 2014. They released 2 in 2015, released another one in 2016, another one in 2017, and finally ended it in 2018.
It's just, I don't know, like Sharknado, like it's bad. Like they steady got worse, but it's just so funny because they knew their quality was steady dropping with every movie. It was just how aware they were.
Oh yeah, like my mom, she said that it looked. My mom even said that it looked stupid, and she would never watch it. She watched one of them with me, my dad, and my brother, and said, "This is gonna be one of the dumbest things I've ever watched." And then she watched the second one. She was like, "What?" She's like, "How many are there?" And my brother looked at her. He was like, "We're preparing for like what was it, like the 7th one?" Yeah. He was like, "We're preparing for the 7th one," and my mom was like, "You're gonna have me sit here and watch 6 of these movies?" And she said, we all sat down as a family and watched it and just made fun of each and every movie because they're so stupid, but it's like, oh, I can't turn away from it because it's funny, but in a dumb way, in the dumbest way possible. And they know they're doing it.
Yeah, they do. They knew
they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. And it's crazy because they got a lot of views from it. And it just got to the point where people was like, oh, let's watch it because the first one was terrible. So the second one's got to be just as bad. But it's also going to be funny.
Somebody got worse.
I remember watching the last one, and for somehow it was during like colonial times, and Benjamin Franklin was there, and he was like, "I came to warn everybody about." He rode in on a horse saying, "The sharks are coming. The sharks are coming." I was like, "There's no way he's parroting the British are coming. There's no way they're doing this." And I just remembered Benjamin Franklin, doing a weak hit on a shark's face and knocking it out. I was like, you mean to tell me these sharks be collapsing on people, just crushing their whole bodies, and you can just go over there and just like smack it with like the least amount of effort and knock it out? Okay.
Yes, bro. Dude, the heroes from Sharknado Solo.
Didn't one of them have like a chainsaw and then cut the shark in half?
Yeah.
Probably sound about right.
Yeah.
Low-key, I feel so bad for the sharks that got swept up in that tornado, bro, because they don't know what the hell going on, bro.
Can you imagine just being a fish? Because I remember there was one. There was like,
but some of them got lucky and got food and dipped. Others, like imagine being a shark and like landing like on a pole or something.
No, because that actually did happen. There was like a couple that landed like on the Eiffel Tower, on like sharp objects out in Vegas. No, because I remember one point they was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna nuke it." They nuked it.
Nuked the NATO?
They nuked the Sharknado. But when they nuked it, it became radioactive.
They buffed them. Stop playing.
No, because they tried to trap it in the Grand Canyon and tried blowing up the Grand Canyon, but ended up flooding it somehow. And the Sharknado ended up becoming radioactive and going around murking people with radioactive sharks that were deformed.
Does it ever like specify like what kind of sharks they are, or is it just like
sharks? I think it's just like great whites or something.
No, because they had hammerheads.
Oh no, yeah, they did have
different types of sharks in there. I remember seeing a couple hammerheads and great whites in there.
There are like 40 endangered species of sharks, bro. I don't think that tornado was doing the favors.
And the fact that there's 40 endangered.
Yeah, like damn near.
And they just kept sweeping them up. Well, no, because sometimes they would pick them up from aquariums, the ocean, or sometimes they would just pop out of nowhere. And then the last one was like, Sharknadoes have been around since the beginning of time. Bruh, no, because I remember in the last one they used pterodactyls to fight the Sharknado.
In the last one?
They had pterodactyls and T-Rexes and stuff like that fighting. Oh, because it was time travel. They literally were traveling through time.
What the hell, bro?
They were traveling. They fought dinosaurs. They were in the Civil War. They were in the Renaissance. They were literally everywhere in time. And I was just like,
bro said the Civil War, bro.
Now there was a part where they were in the Civil War, and it was like, oh, something more dangerous than the Confederates is coming, a Sharknado.
You know how fucking tight I'd be now? Because imagine you got your base in a war. I'm just talking about any war, not specifically Civil War. But imagine you're on the war front, you're on the battlefield, and you post it up. You got the best defense on the block, right? It's impenetrable. And then all of a sudden, a Sharknado comes through and just sweeps your shit.
Bro, I'd be so mad. I'd be so tight. I'd be so mad.
Like,
I would honestly be mad.
If I live, I'm gonna be like, forget the war effort, bro. This ain't worth it.
Nah, bro, I'm going home.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. I'm
not like imagine you see that. I'm like, where did all these sharks come from? And then you go, and then they find out that was like, oh yeah, your entire army is dead. You're like, what happened? I was like, sharks. Like, what do you mean? We're nowhere near a body of water.
Explain that. No, you're not going to explain that to your general, bro.
There's gonna be like a Sharknado in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, because they had a Sharknado in the middle of the Grand Canyon.
How do you get to the? It didn't get stuffed.
Yes,
like, it didn't get snuffed.
I'm just
canyon, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's when they nuked it. And it was crazy because there were people.
For the landmark for it to not do
the crazy thing was that there were people on a train visiting, like passing through the Grand Canyon, and they nuked it anyways.
Damn. Look, bro.
I mean, the nuke didn't kill them because the shark just kind of absorbed it, and then the radioactive Sharknado came through and like swooped the train through. But
so what's the difference between a radioactive Sharknado and a vanilla Sharknado?
The sharks are mutated and a lot more aggressive, I think. I don't know.
But I bet it's just
bro.
Green.
They survived the nuke.
It was green. They were actually green. They were actually green. They were actually green.
Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me.
No, I remember there was one Sharknado movie. The main character, his son was coming home, and he had brought his fiance with him. And they were jumping out of a plane, and they had just got married. They jumped out of a plane in their, wedding outfits, and then a Sharknado had just hit as they were falling out of the sky. And so since they were in Las Vegas, they somehow took. Oh yeah, there were male strippers fighting off Sharknadoes. I remember that. I do remember that. But they took a giant pirate ship that was a ride and turned it into a boat and sailed across a flooded Las Vegas to avoid a Sharknado. But long story short, the fiance, she makes it through the entire movie, and then right at the end, right before they get into the bunker, she gets bodied. I was just like, imagine just getting married, jumping out of a plane to celebrate, and then right as you jump out, a Sharknado hits. You make it through the entire movie and die.
What was all that screen time for?
And then they turned. She was black, so they were probably.
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, the main character, his wife, they killed her off, and then he thought she was dead for like a couple of years, and then they brought her back, and she was like, what happened? I just remember dying. They was like, well, you're a robot now, and I was like, huh?
What?
Huh? Like they completely turned her into a
cyborg.
No, not a cyborg. She was a complete on robot. She was a robot just with the memories of her former self. And then her dad was like, oh, I couldn't bear to live in a world without you. She's like, oh, Dad, thank you for bringing me back. And I was like, you're a robot. What? And then they was like, but you can't tell your family you're alive. And I'm like, huh?
What was the point then?
I don't. They wanted her to be like the perfect Sharknado weapon.
Bro, I would
just make a weapon.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Why'd they have to use the memories of somebody?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I was just like, just figure something out. I was like, if you have the technology to build a full-fledged robot that can take out a Sharknado, then you can build a device to take out Sharknadoes. You don't have to use a person to upload the memories.
Just make the shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Your steps.
Something that'll cancel out the tornado itself.
Movie logic has got to be one of the dumbest things ever. It's got to be one of the dumbest things ever.
I can't believe we really let Sharknado get away with this.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they made like a crocodile tornado to fight against a shark tornado.
No,
it makes like its own series because they lost control of it.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. There is a series similar to that, but it's not a crocodile tornado. It started out as a movie from like I want to say the late 90s or early 2000s called Lake Placid.
Lake Placid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. It's Placid.
I started typing Lake Placid.
And basically there was this alligator that was on the loose.
Okay. That's a big ass alligator.
Yeah.
Spell it again.
Lake Placid.
Placid.
Yeah, it was like a 50-foot crocodile. Or alligator. It was huge. And it was just going around murking people.
You know what, bro?
Lake Placid.
Not in a tank wouldn't.
There's a lot of movies out there with giant animals that attack. I mean, like, we have Anaconda with, you know.
Wait, isn't there like a shark versus an alligator movie?
There's an anaconda.
Oh yeah, the mega shark, versus a crocosaurus.
That is so stupid.
Bro.
And then there's the mega shark versus the mecha shark. Oh, I forgot about these.
These movies are so no five-headed shark. The five-headed shark movies are so dumb. It was like, oh yeah, two-headed shark. Okay, let's give it 3 heads. You know what? Let's give it 5. You know what? 6. Boom. A shark with 3 heads. 1 is a tail, a head for a tail, and then 2 heads for its arms. It's huge.
Have you seen the Mega Shark movies?
Hold on.
I'm trying to remember which one I saw, bro.
We gotta watch them.
Yes, I have.
They're so bad. There's also like a Mega Python versus Gatoroid.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me, bro. Oh god. I remember
Mega Python versus Gator.
Bro. I remember
the CGI for it is horrible too, Bright. It is downright atrocious.
Bro, it's so fun. The Crocosaurus one. Oh my god.
Wait, did anybody ever watch Sharktopus?
Yes. I've seen Sharktopus.
Sharktopus went on a rampage, bro. He was going around murking people. Murking people. No. There was one I watched. It was called Poseidon Rex. And basically, there was like, you thought that Poseidon was the king of the sea? No. Poseidon Rex is the king of the sea. It was literally just an underwater dinosaur. That's literally all it was. And what made me mad was you get introduced to the main character at the beginning of the movie. You know, he goes through all of it. You know, he loses his girlfriend. He meets his 2 other people.
Is a T-Rex swimming underwater?
I don't know, man.
Bro's got no arms.
We got them big ass legs, bro.
Ramos, are you looking at the photo? Are you looking at the image?
I am.
It's so bad. Then they murked the main character off in the movie and then made 2 other people the main character.
Nah, because it looks like in one of the pictures, it looks like he jumped out of the water. But how is that possible?
I don't know, man.
You know, Jerry. I take it back. I do have a guilty pleasure action movie. It's these, bro. I'm gonna be
bro. Not because for a minute, right now, because for a minute, low budget movies are honestly some of the funniest movies to possibly watch. They are honestly some of the funniest takes on cinema. I'm gonna just be real with you. I prefer a low budget movie over a high budget movie because a low budget, you can literally laugh at every little detail. Literally. So listen, I went for a minute when I was on Tubi and I was going on a horror binge watch. So a bunch of movies popped up in my recommended. Now, before you say anything, the title of the movie, some of the titles for these movies are out of pocket, but you got to remember it's Tubi. And it literally looks like it was made by, you know, some weirdo that stands out in a bush that's like 50 years old. Okay,
I'll try to keep that in mind.
One of the titles of the movies I watched was called MILFs versus Zombies.
MILFs versus Zombies.
Yeah, is it good?
Like a different kind of video. If you ask
no.
It really does.
It was horrible. There was another one called Stripperland.
Okay. The question is,
Stripperland.
Were they actually MILFs?
They were ugly.
We gonna be the judge of that, bro.
Are you looking at it, Ramos?
I am.
Yeah, they were ugly. They were ugly.
I'm gonna tell you. When was this movie made? Hold on.
2015.
2015. People had these standards in 2015. You know what? IMDb 2.8 out of 10.
Yep, that's the movie.
I wonder if one of the reviews are like, "These ain't MILFs, homies."
I scrolled down too far and got Plants vs Zombies. I'm gonna just go ahead and.
Where did you go?
Don't worry about that. Let's
Stripperland. That movie, yeah, that popped up on here too.
I heard about that one. Hold on.
Stripperland had me dying because at the end of the movie, there is like an infection going around, and these strippers had to fight these zombies off, but the strippers got infected, and one of them was pregnant, and after she gave birth, a zombie literally ripped all of her organs out, and she gave her baby to to the owner of the club and said, "Please take care of my baby." And she's like, "Okay." So the owner of the strip club and this other guy that was in there, they drive off into the distance holding the baby. The baby starts crying, and then as you see the motorcycle drifting off and the camera pans away, zooms out. Turns out the guy on the motorcycle was a zombie, and he threw the baby off the motorcycle.
He let me
Hold
for
on.
real.
So I scrolled down.
You hear the baby whining, and all you hear is a loud thump, and then the woman scream.
I scrolled down to the more like this from MILFs versus Zombies.
What did you say, Rainbows?
I scrolled down to the more like this for MILFs versus Zombies. Let me just read off some titles. Werewolves in Heat. Freaky MILFs 3.
Okay.
OC Babes and the Slasher of Zombie Town. Deep in the Jungle, Killer Rack. And
I've seen that one. No, I've actually seen that one. That one was so stupid. This girl, Killer Rack. That was
Survival of the Nude Reality Girls.
What?
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you about Killer Rack. I watched that. Killer Rack. It was about this little girl who had B cup, like it was either B or C cups. Okay, and her coworkers had D's and double D's, and she was getting overlooked by her boss, and it literally looked like the movie was filmed inside of an abandoned warehouse or a U-Haul shed. Okay.
Oh God, bro.
And so she ended up going to this backwoods plastic surgeon to get, injections. Turns out somehow magically she got the boobs of a serial killer.
What does that mean?
Not sure how. I don't know.
Wait.
What the fuck am I looking at?
What are you looking at?
I just looked at the movie. What the fuck is this?
What, Killer Rack?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so bad. It is bad. She literally, her boobs literally made her go on a murder rampage.
What the hell?
What the heck?
You see what I'm talking about? What the fuck is this?
Did you go to Images?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't watch the movie all the way through because, that's okay.
What the fuck is this?
I never watched the movie all the way, but wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Bro, I don't think damn, what the I got no words for this. Somebody drew art for this movie.
No way. Oh, I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, low budget movies are something else. I didn't know that's
disgusting.
I didn't know that's what happened. I didn't know that's what happened.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Jerry saw a Killer Rack and the thumbnail was like, "I saw this movie about big titties. Let me watch."
Jeremiah is a boo man.
Well, yeah.
Who cares? He do like biddies.
But not like movies like this are horrible. Like they're so stupid. But no, all right. So we've talked about mainly horror movies, parodies, psychological thrillers, couple action. Did we get into action?
I mean, if you want to consider Sharknado and then the Mega Shark versus all that other bullshit action, then yeah.
Fair enough.
Action.
All right. But not for real. We're ending the podcast here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Right, most y'all got anything else y'all want to say before we cut it off?
Look, if you're into movies, talk to Jerry about that. Clearly, he's in the movies.
For real.
Yeah. Once again, I gotta say what I usually say. Y'all got any comments, concerns? Hit us at our tags. What the fuck are our tags? We still didn't write it in the goddamn doc.
We'll figure it out. All right, we'll figure it out.
Hold on, you know how them YouTubers be. They be saying this shit in like 2 seconds. They be rapping their what's the word?
Outros.
Their plugins, yeah, their outros. They be like, "That's gonna be it, guys. Hit us up on
Yeah, well, that's it, guys.
That's it.
That'll be it. Lickety split.
Okay, Jerry. Okay.
We're done here.
I've honestly been waiting to use that. I'm gonna just be real with you. Since y'all told me I was gonna be hosting, I was like, man, I'm about to use that as an outro.
No, yeah, we're done.
That'll be it.
We're done.
Lickety split.